Hello, Doug, and the rest of the Freedom Real Estate Solutions team. Happy Wednesday. My name is Mark Wheaton, and I'm interviewing for an outside sales opportunity with your company. And I'm very excited at the thought and possibility of joining your team and becoming part of your family. I have a great passion for helping people and providing solutions for those in need. And I love the thought and idea of what you guys are doing with real estate investing, and I totally believe in it. Is an amazing investment vehicle, both for creating short-term fast cash, as well as long-term property appreciation, and wealth through that. Personally, I can't think of a more rewarding career than being able to help sellers out of tough spots that are going through they're in tough situations. They're being faced with losing their home, whether it's through foreclosure, job loss, whether it's a probate type deal where somebody in their family passed away, whatever the situation may be. I just like the thought of actually being able to be a solid solution for them, where basically definitely the fastest and easiest solution to take a property off their hands. And when done correctly, you find we get a great property, they get the property and the cash off their hands, and they get the cash in their pocket, and I get paid to do that. So it's a triple win. And what I call a triple win in business is something where all parties involved win. And it rarely happens. And to me, I believe that I would be a great addition to your team, because I'm great with building rapport with people. And I have a way where I think part of it is just my upbringing. I'm originally from Minnesota. And I think part of it is just people understand, or they feel me when I'm talking to them. I speak from my heart. I speak honestly. And I think that they can really sense that, as well as sense that I truly do care about them, and looking out for their needs and interest. And I think that has really led to a lot of my successes. I've been in sales for over 20 years, where I've always been one of the top producers. And I've actually been able to establish great relationships in a wide array of industries, whether it be doctors within the medical field, chief technical officers. When I was selling software technology, I've worked in staffing, placing people anywhere from entry-level laborers all the way up to CEOs. I was actually a wholesale account executive working for Argent Mortgage, who was one of the largest wholesale mortgage companies, back in the day. I've done construction. I've worked retail, as well as I've done some real estate investing as well. All these industries, they've all allowed me to connect with a wide variety of people, at various education levels, demographics, etc. And it's just given me a real well-rounded experience. And the one thing that I found and learned is we're all people, and just in talking to people, I think it's real exciting and just neat being able to connect with people and understand them. And I think that just really helps build a trust and a rapport with them that has helped me to do a lot of business with people. I've also, as I mentioned, I've been involved in real estate investing as more of a hobby, where I've done previously I've done wholesale deals and some fix and flips, as well as property management, though it was many years ago. And all in all, my sales experience, I found that I really love being able to truly be that solution, or being able to provide that solution for people. And what I enjoy, or what excites me about this opportunity, is I know that it's incredibly challenging, being able to reach out to people that are in distress situations, and to truly working with them to try to kind of break down their walls. So first they'll even listen to you, and once they the trust is built up a little bit, walls come down, and then you can start explaining, what your solution is or what your, cash offer is, and then working even harder to solidify that relationship and the trust so they truly understand, and you can educate them as to why your numbers are where they at, explaining, that yes, other properties may be selling for a lot more, they're not distressed, maybe there's a lot of repairs needed on this property, etc. And doing that coupled with that, hey, we're the fastest, the best and the easiest solution for them to basically take the property off their hands, not having to wait months, to work with realtors, being out of their property, whatever it might be. And when everything's done correctly, everybody walks away with a smile on their face and they're happy. Some of the things that I think separate me from, probably the pack or a lot of the people that you're, getting their resumes from would be that I've always been a top producer in what I do. And I think a lot of that has to do with my work ethic. I grew up a Midwest farm boy. And so I'm that person that, many hours before the sun used to go up since I was 5 years old, I had to get up and do several hours of work on the farm prior to even being able to get ready to go to school. And then I would go to school. Second, I would get home. I'd have to basically work till sundown. And then at that point, it was pretty much at that point, it was time to do homework if it was during the school year, or at that point, it was time to relax and get ready to do it all again. So I enjoyed it growing up. I thought it was a great experience. And I did carry that work ethic, with me into my career, which I think has, made me very successful. Another thing is I'm very detail oriented. I have a strong math aptitude. I love numbers. I love math. And I know one of the things exciting is I know there's a lot of math involved in calculating the numbers to, figure out, okay, what's this property going to be worth? What can we offer? What are our fudge factors? What can we actually offer to make sure there's profit at the end of the day, etc. And working those numbers backwards, it's fun and exciting and challenging for me. And the nice thing is about this is numbers don't lie. If you always follow the numbers, you're always going to have successful deals. In addition, I actually paid my way through college. I did receive a Bachelor of Science degree in marketing and general business. But working the summers, I actually took on construction jobs where I've worked on stucco crews, I've worked on paint crews, landscaping crews. I've done flooring. I've done the, lighter demolition, like taking stucco off of a building, taking tile floors out, taking carpets out, all that kind of stuff, the fun work that nobody else wants to do. But I thought it was fun. It's a nice workout, as well as I've done some roofing, all that. So I'm very familiar from the perspective of, construction and, what the costs are, what the timelines are, and what's involved in actually making, different projects happen, whether it's a remodel or tearing out this floor or that floor, whatever it might be. So I have that understanding, as far as the fundamentals. I've studied appraisal, and I did pass the California appraisal, exam. And I actually got where I was starting to do my hours, and I know there's a whole bunch of hours. You had to do like 2,000 of them, and during that time, unfortunately, things started kind of winding down. So my mentor wasn't really able to throw deals my way, or to allow me to obtain my hours. So I went a different direction, but I learned a lot from it. One thing is, it taught me a lot about what is a comp, what isn't a comp. Truly understanding what the value is. It's not necessarily that, your value is the same as your neighbor's, because there may be differences in the properties. It may be the property that's a quarter mile down the street. And truly understanding those differences, would be, I think, a great help here, as well as understanding, what the comps have as far as features of the properties, kind of where they're at as far as newness, remodels, not being remodeled, all that kind of stuff. So you can truly understand, what's going to be necessary to bring, the subject property up to the, market value or the after repair value. And I think that would be very helpful. Also, as stated, my background is in marketing. And I actually, have stayed abreast of marketing and social media. So it's helped me a lot in sales where, as I think technologies have evolved, there's a lot of programs out there that, like your autoresponders and the social media, that you can just do those frequent touches, with prospects or prospective buyers. And, truly being able to, stay in touch with them and starting to, build that relationship and a little bit of trust and credibility for yourself. So when they get ready, to be able to buy. Hopefully, you've been in touch with them for several weeks, if not months or even years, where you're the first person that they call. And as we know in sales, usually when you're the first person that they talk to, it's because there is a relationship there. And there's usually a little bit of trust already there. And there's a very high percentage of the time, I found about 75% of the time, when you're the first person that, somebody actually talks to, usually you're the person that gets that deal, 3/4 of the time. So it's a phenomenal way to always drum up extra business and, keep your pipeline full and moving forward. My goal as far as coming on board with your company is to learn from you guys as far as what your process is, what your systems are, helping me polish and improve on talking to the prospects and overcoming their objections and just becoming a true master, being able to do that. And as I obtain that mastery, getting to a position where I can actually, get those financial rewards so I can actually provide for myself as well as my family. I'm a single father. I have 2 boys, they're ages 8 and 10, and they mean the world to me. I want to be in a position where, I don't have to have, any money challenges, anything like that, where, if my kids want to do something fun or exciting that costs money, I don't really have to, look into the checkbook too hard to figure out if it's something that I can do for them. And I think that motivation, coupled with my work ethic and background, I think make me an incredibly strong candidate for this opportunity. And I'm very much looking forward to setting up a time that we can meet in person and we can discuss a little bit more in detail about my background and how it fits onto your team, as well as me understanding a little bit more about you and your company, and truly what you're looking for to make sure that we have a match on all levels. And like I say, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, I'm very excited, to be able to meet with you, and I'm looking forward to that. So please do reach out to me at your soonest convenience so we can set up a time to meet. And thank you for your time. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to us speaking soon. Take care.